Okay, so the main thing that's really cool about this, and it kind of talks about, in my opinion, in the description, and again, this is just me, um, looking at the toy and basically what thoughts I'm using in my head, and in my Joe verse. And I was just noticing this, even though they say this is not supposed to be the dragonfly, it's supposed to be the Dragonhawk, it's starting to look kind of like a, I don't know that it looks like a dragonfly, but it almost looks kind of like a gecko to me, or something like that. What do you guys think? Do you see it? This is kind of like the nose. These are like the big bug type eyes, and I see that as kind of the tongue. So maybe that's just me, but that's what I was thinking once I looked at it. I'm like, that might not look like a dragonfly, but that sure looks like some type of creature. But anyway, the main draw to this thing is the pop-out missiles, and um, they're dual missile launchers. And it's cool that they kind of gave you kind of a trigger. No matter where you touch this thing, you could pull it here probably. There's two fins on the side that you could probably pull on, or you could probably just hold the whole thing and it will deploy the missiles. And thankfully, when you're doing videos with those two fins on the back, if this works, you can pull out on those and it should shoot forward. There it goes. So there's the two missiles, and thankfully they're split, and so the wings don't get in the way of the missile launchers. And then of course there's the button back here, and it probably would fire one individually. Let's try and find out. Nope, it looks like it fires both of them at the same time. So I've noticed sometimes if you don't push all the way on the missiles, whether it was our button or whatever, trigger button, sometimes it will fire missiles, whether it was planned that way or not, individually. But it looks like they both get fired, two from each button that you push. But I was thinking about this too, is that it's supposed to be able to fly in any weather and light and all that type of condition. It probably wouldn't be able to attack in every way, but I kind of like the fact that they talk about that, whether it's just myself, is that this way when it's an attack formation, it's got more bulk to it. But let's say while it's attacking, it's like this, and then when it needs to get speed, it becomes more sleek by having these missiles go in. I don't know if that really would work though with all this extra stuff that's here, but just a little thought that I had. And then the other thing is it's got these engine covers here, but when you take them off, it's not like there's really much of an engine, in my opinion, there. I mean, there's all kinds of molding and stuff, but I don't really think it looks, other than, of course, these holes right there, but again, those could be vents or whatever. I mean, there's a big screw hole right there. Um, anyway, and so yeah, I don't think they really add anything or really take anything away um, from the vehicle, but I guess it's cool that that's there. Now if I can figure out how this went back on. That'd be funny if I've had these on backwards. I should switch them later and see. But anyway, um, yeah, so the pop-out missiles are pretty cool. The wheels rolling are kind of cool. This little gun that swivels side to side is cool. It doesn't really elevate, but I can't seem to think if I've mentioned it in this video. But I wanted to show kind of a comparison of why people would be kind of upset of if they had originally called this the Dragonfly, or why people wanted the Dragonfly. This is a Dragonfly that came out for one of the really old lines of GIJoe. I think it's just the Real American Hero line that came out. I don't know if it was just a Toys R Us exclusive or not line, but I wanted to show that there is definitely a height and a length difference on the two of them. Almost like a good, almost 6 inches, I want to say, in length, and maybe about an inch or more in height, sort of, from here. But with the blades there, it's kind of hard. So anyway, this does have cool features. I'm glad to have it. Some people talk about how expensive it was at the time. Now, hopefully, places are discounting them, or they're on clearance, or going to other discount type stores. So hopefully, they're not as expensive as they were. But I kind of justify that, sticking up for Hasbro, because it was a new mold. It is a movie line, so possibly all this money was going towards tooling, but also towards, hey, what if this movie doesn't take off? We better get some money for it. So could be totally wrong, but I can live with the price that I paid for it. But this is why, some people wished it had been a Dragonfly update or whatever. It's because it does have a lot of the same features. You've got a gun in the front, but this one not only swivels, but it also has 2 independent type of weapons. One, I believe, is like a Gatling gun, and I'm not sure if the other one's a gun or not. But so you've got that. Then you got a little gun here. You got missiles here. This one won't work too well for me, but there's a little wheel underneath here that if you push it that way, it pulls it up, and if you push it that way, it's a little tight, but it will roll it down. Quite a bit of string on it. But this is the one that one reviewer was saying they wished the Dragonhawk had, and this is what the Dragonfly has. It has this little button right here, and every time you push it, it spins. Well, pretty much. You kind of have to let it slow down a little bit. But it spins the propeller. So it would have been nice to have that feature, I guess. But, I think it's kind of interesting how some people say, this should have a spinning action figure feature. And other people are like, I don't like it when my my figures come with these huge missile launchers. It's like, you can use it or you don't, and I don't know. I don't want to start any fights there, but if this has the spinning thing, cool. If it doesn't, finger works. Exercise is not something you should be afraid of, and if you get too easily sidetracked from spinning this, or boy, my arm is so tired from spinning this thing, maybe you shouldn't be playing with the action figures anymore. Anyway, I'm going to get a bunch of hate comments on that. So, sorry guys, I'm purely joking. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Alright, bye.